Hi, I'm Randy with Adams Canine. Today I'm going to talk to you about the e-collars that we use at our training facility. We have Dogtra collars here, and this is the only collar we use. These are basic models for pet training. We have the 200C, the 20C, which is for 2 dogs. The 200 series are low to mid-range collars. If you have a dog that has a high tolerance, we have the 1900S. 1900S is for low to high range on the stimulation. This is the remote for the Dogtra collars. The reason we like these because they're easy to hold in your hand, and they have a rheostat dial. You see how it glides up and down. A lot of collars on the market, they click from 1 to 2 to 3 and so on. 1 would be too low for the dog, 2 might be just right, and then 3 is too high for the dog. So you don't have a variation in levels to train with. With Dogtra and the rheostat dial, you have a lot of low levels, and you can really finesse your training because of all the different frequency and levels that you have to work with. All right? The front button, it's called a pager, and that makes the collar vibrate. There's a nick button, which lasts 1/25 of a second, and then a continuous button. When training the dogs, you just tap the buttons. You just tap them when you're training the dog, okay? Now, this is the 200C collar system. This is for 1 dog. With the 200 model, see the little red dot? You also have one on your remote. It's a magnetic switch. Touch the red dots together and it turns your collar on. These collars are waterproof. Your dog can swim with them. So you don't have to worry about your dog going into the drink and breaking the collar. To turn it off, just touch the red dots together again. The collar turns off. On. The blinking green light will turn yellow, orange, and then red when the battery is going low. That tells you it's time to charge the collar and the remote up. Charge them both up at the same time. Have a half-mile range with these collars. They work great. I love using e-collars. We use e-collars so your dog can run and be free, and yet you have control of them. It's like having an invisible leash. They work great. This is the 202C. This is a 2-dog system. The gray buttons are for 1 dog and the orange buttons are for another dog. This is what I have because I have 2 dogs. Rather than having 2 separate remotes, you can have 1 remote that works both dogs. And then your continuous and your nick buttons are on here. It's a little toggle switch. Now me personally, I work with all my dogs on the continuous button and I just tap it. Tap, 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 tap when I'm training them. You never should have to push and hold that button on the continuous. You just tap when you're training the dog. Again, the 200 system, the 200 models are for low to medium dogs, low to medium range stim. 90% of the dogs only need the low to medium collar. With the 1900S collar, it's on-off switch right here. Push it to turn it on. You have a green light flashes that tells you your collar is on. To turn it off, you just push it and it turns off. As you can see, it's a little different. The remote's a little different than the 200C. You still have the rheostat dial, but it's on the top. The pager's still on the side, and your NIC and your continuous is on the side. With this system, you have to turn the collar, the remote, on and off. This has a LED screen too, which is nice. Typically when you're training, you shouldn't have to look at the numbers. I don't have this, I don't need it. You work your dog on whatever number he works on. You don't have to be looking at the numbers. Watch your dog as you train. And that's how I train with these collars. This 1900S has a lanyard so you can have it around your neck. It also has a clip where you can clip it on your belt. Again, we have the 200C for pet training. Comes with a remote, a collar, and a charger. The 202C is a 2-dog unit. And we also have a 1900S. We recommend you hiring a professional trainer to teach you how to use these devices. For more information, visit us at adamscanine.com.